Welcome back to Final Fantasy II, the Pixel Remaster. In the last one, we made it to Salaman, and we talked to Joseph, who said some of the villagers are captured and being held hostage at Summit Falls. So that's where we want to go. But before we head out there, let's check back in Salaman and see if there's anything we want to buy. I don't think there is, but you never know. We'll go ahead and check on the weapon shop. Oh, a longsword. Actually, wouldn't mind having that for Furion there. Let's go ahead and buy a longsword. And that, excuse me, that pretty much does it for our money, so I think don't think we'll be buying anything else. But let's check the magic shop just to see what they got. I can't remember, it's down in the bottom right corner, I believe. Yep, right here. The magic shop, what you got? Life, sap, warp, teleport. They all cost 1,000 each. Woohoo, that's a lot. But I believe in the original game they cost even more than 1,000. Things in the original game were so expensive. Something that I really am glad that they changed in all of the subsequent versions of the game. Eventually we will want warp. I think though we might find a warp tome somewhere. Or teleport as well. Both of these, we do want both of these spells eventually, and life, and actually, probably all of these spells eventually we'll get. But not now, because we don't have enough gil. Let's head to Summit Falls and check out what's going on there. Our first true proper dungeon of the game. And you can see the entrance there in the lower left hand of the screen as we walk around. And we got Sasquatches. Terrifying. Let's see. No, they're Sasquatches. Thunder. Yeah, attack. And you just attack too. Oh yeah, 13's actually, 13 is very divisive. Like, a lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it. I really like 13. I enjoyed it. It is a unique battle system that only that game has. It's definitely not my favorite Final Fantasy, but I do like it a lot. It's really fun to play, and it has a soundtrack and a battle system and characters that are definitely unique to that game. It has its own feel and style that no other Final Fantasy has. The only type of battle system I think is somewhat like it is 10-2. The 10-2 battle system and 13 have similarities that remind me of each other, but I actually like the 10-2 battle system. It's probably one of my favorite battle systems in all Final Fantasy. Even though 10-2's story is pretty not good. It's just not good. The actual gameplay of 10 and the battle system is 10-2 is really, really good. Yeah. Yeah. I actually don't think that 13 is as bad as the people who think it is bad, right? A lot of people don't like 13 because they don't like the characters, but I actually like a lot of the characters in 13. There is one in particular character that's very annoying, but just like 12 is one of my 12 is one of my favorite Final Fantasies, but there's a particular character named Vaughn who's very annoying. Same thing with 13. There's one particular character named Hope who is very, very annoying. But I like all the other characters in the game. All right, let's get in our canoe and canoe down the river. Summit Falls right here. Let's go ahead and get a save. And let's head on into our first dungeon of the game. Our first proper dungeon of the game. Alright. We'll just continue attacking the same way we have been. From here on out, we shouldn't have to grind too much more. Everything should just level up as we go accordingly. There'll probably be a couple times where we have to grind for some MP, but shouldn't be too much. The encounter rate in these dungeons is very high, by the way. You will definitely get to see a ridiculously high encounter rate. And it gets annoying. Not gonna lie. Once we level up our spells and our attacks enough, we'll probably just be running away from a lot of battles too. Because we're not even gaining, like, weapon levels now. I do like the addition of the dash. It's so handy to just be able to fly through the world map and stuff. Or not the world map, but the dungeon map, I should say. Definitely like the addition of the sprint. 200 gil! And as you can already see in this game, the absolute most powerful weapon you can have is your fist. As Guy is doing a lot of damage. Minwu gained some HP. Cool. Got a soldier. Look at that damage. Compared to like that, you know, 4 damage from the staff, but 42 from a fist. The fist are where it's at. This is the dead end. Actually, another addition to this game are the maps, the dungeon maps, which is really cool. And we're gaining HP left and right. That's nice. So they've changed the calculation, it seems like, in this version of the game of how you gain HP. Like, we're not even taking damage in battle, and we're still gaining HP, which is not how it worked in the original. You had to take damage in order to gain HP, and it was still left up to a random chance. I'm gonna cast Cures, see if a guy can't maybe gain some MP. Oh, yeah. When I hear 12, Vaughn immediately plays in my head as he shouts, "I am Bosch von Ronsenberg! Don't believe Ondor's lies!" Yeah, that scene... That scene sticks out because you have to say it so many times. At least he does change up, like, the different... He says, like, "Don't believe Ondor's lies, and I am Bosch von Ronsenberg of Damaska. I am the Captain Bosch." Yeah. Yep. I think 12's another one of those games that the fans of Final Fantasy fans are kind of split on, but I really like 12. I had a lot of fun with that game when it first came out. And I really enjoy the Zodiac Age version of the game as well, which actually just took everything from the game and made it better. In fact, Balthier and Fran are probably 2 of my favorite all-time Final Fantasy characters. I love Balthier and Fran. And I love the dynamic between the 2 of them and how they have a back and forth. Like, Balthier and Fran should have been the main characters of that game. Let's just face it. They totally blew it with Vaughn. Yes, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, the battle system is very, very MMO inspired, and it has a very good story. I do agree with that. And like I said, I love Balthier and Fran. They're 2 of my favorite all-time Final Fantasy characters. Maria should be getting some more HP after taking that shot to the face. Oh, something else that's different in this version of the game. In the original version of the game, if you were in the back row, you could only be hit by like bow attacks and magic like that guy. Physical attacks could not hit you. In this version of the game, you actually can be hit by physical attacks in the back row. Just like other Final Fantasies, it just does less damage. Something they did change. Balthier, aka Han Solo. Yeah, I guess I can see that. I can see that comparison. He's a bit Han Solo-ish. I think he's even cooler and slicker and more awesome than Han Solo, though. He's definitely more. I think he's even wittier and smarter than Han Solo. But yeah, that's definitely a good comparison. All right, let's go to the next level of this dungeon. Goblins, goblins everywhere. All the goblins you could ever want to see in one dungeon. Let's throw some lightning at them. We're in the water, so what do? Of course, we attack with lightning. Makes sense. Look how much damage Guy's doing. Yes, it does. Final Fantasy XII is definitely heavily inspired by Star Wars. There is no doubt about that. But cooler, absolutely. I totally agree with that statement. Sprinter. Man, Minwu keeps on getting that HP. He's going to be an absolute tank of a white mage. Alright, we do need to hold back on our magic a little bit. I want to save some for later in the dungeon. So yeah, we'll start defending with Maria a little more. Like all good dungeons in Final Fantasies, there's a boss! And we'll get to talk about the unique boss music this game has. I really like the boss music in this game as a song, but it's weird for boss music. It doesn't really sound like boss music, but it's a cool track. It's really an awesome track. Alright, yep. Heal everybody up and continue forward. Something so little as the defend command, adding the defend, it's such a little thing, but it's so huge as far as making gameplay better. Like, the original version of this game did not have the defend command, and, well, you always had to do an action. So, like with Maria, you don't want to use, like, fight. You want to always use magic, so you have a chance to gain magic and not strength. But when she runs out of NP, she runs out of NP, and then you're stuck. So adding the defend command to this game was a great addition. I'm going to check out her levels of magic. Alright, so her Thunder's almost level 3, and Blizzard's almost level 3, so that's great. We're right where we want to be with her levels of magic. But now she can just defend, so that's awesome. We've also got our HP right where we want it to be for this part of the game too, so that's cool too. Definitely a great idea that they made stats and weapons and magic level up faster in this game, because that was definitely a complaint about the original game. It just was so grindy and took so long to level up anything in the original game. Oop, we left the treasure chest behind. Leave no chest behind. Yeah, we got the bomb here. Let's go ahead and take him out. Oddly enough, bombs are actually weak to fire in this game. Fire and maybe thunder's their weakness. I don't know, but they don't absorb. Well, this one's called a balloon. We'll be fighting ones that are actually called bombs later. But yeah, thunder actually is their weakness, not ice in this. It's weird. Just a weird choice. We'll see that. Yeah, we'll get the thunder off. Look at the damage. Bam! But they don't absorb fire either. They actually take damage to fire, so... Yeah, this game's unique of all the Final Fantasies in a lot of its mechanics. Even down to, like, enemy weaknesses and stuff. Dang! Guy is doing so much damage with his fist now. Alright. I believe this is our fire tome we've been wanting. We can just go ahead and run away now. Run away, everybody. Run away, run away, run away. So if you choose everyone to flee and then you throw auto battle on, they'll just continually flee till they run away. There we go. High potion. Okay, not the fire tome. I'm pretty sure there's a fire tome in this dungeon somewhere. We'll find it eventually. Let's go ahead and just run away. Of course, if you run away, you don't have a chance to gain any stats, even if you're taking damage. But still. We've grinded enough. And the encounter rate is just insane. So here we go, coming up to these 4 doors up here. If we can get there. Alright, coming up to these 4 doors. This is something that you'll be encountering a lot during this game. Are 4 random doors and only one of them's the right one. The rest of them are dead ends with empty rooms. And then you'll just encounter a lot of just random empty rooms in this game. This game loves its empty fake rooms with nothing in it. I don't know what they were thinking when they were making the game, but... Well... See, this is the right one. Okay, so just to show off what's going on here, nothing but a high encounter rate. So what they do in these rooms is they raise the already high encounter rate up even higher in these empty rooms. So when you go in, you pretty much have to fight a battle in each room, right? They'll put you in the almost middle of the room instead of right at the door, so you have to walk out, and that way I say that and then we didn't get into a battle on that one, but yeah, that's pretty much the way it works. Just absolute troll doors. Okay, so this is the one we want, though. Other than the empty rooms, though, I do like the level design of the dungeons in this game. The empty doors is just a weird thing that they did with this game to really, really make it frustrating to go through the dungeons. But other than that, I actually like the level design. There's some pretty cool dungeons in this game. Alright, so we got a couple treasure chests here. I love how they added the maps to this game. Great addition. They also did that in Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster. Added in dungeon maps. Very cool. Very, very cool idea. I'm glad they did that. $200 gil. All right, we'll fight you guys. Everything here is such low ranking, though, that it's going to be hard to actually gain any stats off of any of these fights, but that's why I was just running away. And here's one of those famous just empty rooms for no reason. Now, not all the rooms in this game are empty. Some of them contain treasure chests, so you have to check every single one of them, just in case there might be a treasure inside. They really love to troll people with this game. I swear that there is a fire tome in this dungeon somewhere. Of course, we're not anywhere near done. This is a huge dungeon. For the first dungeon, they really made a bunch of floors for you to explore. Alright, this is another one of those. One of these doors is the right one. The rest of them are just Absolutely nothing. We want to take these bombs out because, yeah, they self-destruct and do quite a bit of damage. And if you'll notice, the animation for Thunder, now that it's level 3, has changed, and it looks even cooler than it did before. Do love that about this game. How every time you level up your magic, as it becomes stronger, the animations actually make it look stronger. It's really cool. It was a cool idea. And I think they did that to some extent in the original version of the game, but they really amped it up starting with the Origins version for PlayStation that came out. They amped up the changing of the animation to make it even more drastic. Dang, guy. I'm really doing a lot of damage with your fist. Alright. 2 empty rooms, and now we got the one we want, right? Yeah, okay, this is where everybody's held hostage. Now, if you look, the design of this is so weird. We go through this door, and then to the right, where the other doors would have been, is the rest of the room. I don't know how that works. The other doors are right there next to this door, but somehow... It's almost like those empty rooms exist in like some alternate dimension or something. Hilarious, but okay. Help us, please. Help us, please. All right, well, hey, it's Paul. Remember him? Yep, the thief from Altair. Well, now he's here. Somehow. Virion, it's you. Am I ever glad you're here? This is Joseph's daughter, Nellie. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. Oh, Nellie. I think that dastardly Morgan's been holding her hostage to threaten Joseph. Princess Hilda told you to bring her back some mithril, right? Well, that's normally where I step in. I figured out that this is where the mithril was coming from easily enough. So I thought I'd get the jump on you guys and nab the mithril before you could get here. Only I messed up and got caught. Me, of all people. So, these guys are trapped in this room, right? Well, if you'll notice, when we came through this door, it wasn't locked. Why couldn't they just walk out the door and leave the mine? Like, so many plot holes. So many plot holes. Well, I know when I'm over my head. So long, but don't worry, I'll take everyone here with me. Thanks for saving us. I owe you one. And so now that we've come in the room, they can leave, even though the door wasn't locked. Okay, let's continue with the rest of the dungeon. Let's take a look at the map. There's a treasure chest up there. Door, which is probably just an empty room. I don't remember. Might not be, but probably. And then the next way down. So yeah. This is the first dungeon of the game, and it's like 6 floors or so long. It's weird. They got a preemptive strike on us. Guess we'll go ahead and fight this battle. Alright, we need to watch Maria's MP. Actually, has gotten lower than I wanted it to. I wasn't paying enough attention. We got the Fire Tome. And we're going to use that to learn Fire for Maria, of course. She is our Black Mage. She'll be learning Fire. We really want to start leveling up Fire now, but like I said, I kind of used too much MP for Maria. I want to save that for the boss. Let's see, defend. And actually, you know what? We want to kind of level up Protect and Shell. I've been kind of neglecting those, but we need to level those up. So let's go ahead and cast some Protect and Shell. Another kind of negative about the game is you got to cast magic kind of even when you don't need it, just to level it up and cast it over and over again. But luckily in this version of the game, they did make things a bit easier to level up. We might use the warp spell from Minwu to warp out, go back to town, rest up, get our MP back from Maria, and come back and try again. And we're pretty close to the end of the dungeon though, so maybe we just keep on going and hope 9 MP is enough. We should be able to beat the boss at our current state, even with low MP. We'll check out this room just to see if there's anything there, although I got a feeling there's not anything there. Also got to mention that Protect and Shell were pretty bugged in the original game. They only worked if you single target cast them on the caster, I think. One of them at least. Maybe both of them. I'm pretty sure they fixed that for this version of the game, so I'm going to be multi-targeting those spells, even though, like I said, in the original version, multi-targeting, I think it was Protect only worked. I think Shell may have worked if you multi-targeted it, but Protect did not work unless you single-targeted it on the caster of the spell, which is just so weird. They're at such low level now that they're really not going to be doing much for us until we get them at higher levels too. So yeah, we'll probably just be casting Protect and Shell almost every battle now. And it's an empty room! What a shock. What a shock. I love how we've gotten so strong and enemies are running away from us. Something that is also in the very first Final Fantasy game. You get to a certain level of power and the enemies are just start to run away from you at their lower level. And the sprinters do have pretty high evasion, so you'll notice we're kind of missing them quite a bit. Golly, guy, he's doing so much damage. Sword and shield level up, nice. Aha, green slimes. Now, like all the other jelly/slime enemies in the Final Fantasy series, these guys are only susceptible to magic, but since Maria's so low on magic that we're just gonna run away. Because I don't want to use any more MP. But yeah, these guys only take damage to magic. I can't remember exactly which magic they're weak against. I think it might be fire, but I'm not exactly sure. Let's see. Oh yeah, I wanted to use some Minwu magic. Cure everybody. Minwu magic. Alright, is there any more treasure chest? No, we should just go to the... Yeah, we go up this way and around and we'll get to the next level of the dungeon. Yeah, the soldiers are even trying to run away from us now. Shows you how powerful we're getting. Gosh, 250 damage. Oh my goodness. Guy, you are just becoming a house.
Holy cow.
keep on casting Shell and Protect over and over again until we get them leveled up. They're pretty useless right now as spells. Attack, defend, protect, attack. Yeah, finish those guys off pretty quickly. Alright. Oops, I wanted the map. The map! Alright, so if we go across here, there's that, but there's 2 rooms which are probably empty, but you always have to check that they're in rooms. Why? Just run away. So many battles, such a high encounter rate in this game. It's pretty insane. Aha! That's actually the end of the dungeon here with the boss and a treasure chest behind him. So yeah, that room is where we want to end up in the end. But first, we want to get the other treasure chest and explore these other 2 rooms, which I said are probably empty. I'm almost 100% sure that these other 2 rooms, there's nothing in them. Nothing! But there is another treasure chest we want to grab. Oh, come on. Jeez, he almost killed Maria. She's dodging, though. She's even defending him. Wow, This is why they give you Minwu. Okay, just run away. Why? Alright, yeah, there's this room up here, which is probably empty with nothing in it. Alright, now we gotta check and make sure that that poison's not the type that persists. No, it's not. I don't think we see the type of poison that persists outside of battle for a little while. And it might even have a different, like, animation or icon in battle to let you know that it's actual poison and not just venom. Monsters in a chest. We got a land turtle. This one we definitely want to cast. He's weak to Blizzard, so we're gonna cast Blizzard, even though Maria's low on HP or MP. I mean, yeah, 1 cast of Blizzard and he's out of here. Blizzard leveled up, nice. Teleport tome. And we want to teach that to Guy. Teleport works very, very weird in this game and very different from any other Final Fantasy. We'll talk about that when it becomes pertinent, when we have to use it, which is going to be at the end of this dungeon. So it only costs 1 MP, but I really don't understand why they did teleport the way they did it in this game. It makes no sense whatsoever, but it is what it is. All right, it's boss time. All right, before we fight the boss, let's heal up real quick. And jump into the boss. Hey, rebels, never thought I'd have to deal with your kind down here. Well, if you think you're getting mithril, you'd be right. My mithril blade straight through your heart. Oh boy, oh boy. Boss got jokes. Boss got jokes. Okay, so listen to this music for a little bit before we do anything. Absolutely amazing track. Yet another just absolute masterpiece by Uematsu. But is it really boss music? I don't know. It doesn't really fit boss music, but I love the track. It is so good. Yeah, whatever. Don't really think it fits boss music, but it's there. It's awesome. Like, teleport works really weird in battle too. It's like an insta-death spell if you cast it on the enemies, but it has a very, very, very low percentage chance of hitting, if I remember correctly, or I might be thinking of warp. I think teleport and warp pretty much work the same way in battle. There's no real reason to use it though. Okay, what can we do here? What? I guess just attack. He's not gonna do much damage, if any. Yeah, none. If you'll notice, our physical attacks don't do much. And Protect's not really going to do much either, but we're going to cast it anyways. Thunder, however, does quite a bit of damage. Alright, unfortunately, we're going to be out of MP pretty quick, so I hope I got enough MP with Maria to actually win this fight. I don't know. We'll see. But we can just cast Cure with Minwu a few times. We should be alright. Ah, Furion did a little bit of damage. Shell just to cast it. Fire. And you know what? You just defend for now. Yikes. That was with him defending. He did that much damage. Oh, man. Attack. And you cure. And this fight's gonna drag on a little longer than it should. If you got enough MP from Maria, she can just take him out pretty fast. Because he's strong against physical attacks and not so strong against magical. But we didn't save enough MP to make it a quick fight, unfortunately. We'll get him though. Guy, holy cow. Guy's like, physical resistance my butt, take some of my fist! Guy's fist penetrates defense. Alright, Shell leveled up. Maria got some level ups, nice. Guy, yes. Minwu, even Minwu. But no Furion. Furion gets left out. Yeah, we're good. Alright, yeah. And in this chest, we got the Mithril. I guess there's enough Mithril in here to make endless amounts of weapons somehow. Don't know how that works, but yeah, sure. Okay, so we're gonna use teleport. And like I said, teleport works differently in this game than it does in any other Final Fantasy. If you'll look down at the description, banishes the target to another dimension. So yeah, it works as an instant death spell in battle, or transports the party out of dungeons using HP. What? Wait, what is that? Transports the party out of dungeons using HP? Yeah, it only costs 1 MP to cast. But it will take who cast it, and it will take their HP down to like, right down to critical. I don't know why they decided to do that with this game. No other Final Fantasy game does that, but there it is. There's another weird mechanic in this game. Okay. I guess they felt it was too powerful to not do that, but it doesn't make any sense because then you can just cure yourself afterwards. Yeah, another weird decision in the battle mechanics of this game, but it is what it is, like I said, which is one of them things unique to Final Fantasy II. Back to Salaman we shall go, running away from battles as we go. We will do a little bit of grinding before we head back to our final destination. Our final destination, or our back to Altair, not our final destination. Let's save. I can't remember exactly when Minwoo leaves the party, but it's coming up, and I don't want him to leave just yet. I need him to help us grind some MP first. So let's go ahead and stay here for 162 gil. Get our MP back for everybody. Oh, oh. Got ambushed, huh? Ambushed by a bunch of lower level enemies. Guys, for shame. I'm gonna start leveling up fire. We'll cast it on the party. It's not gonna do much damage. And protect, we wanna level up a little more. I wanna cast sap, but I want Guy to cast protect first, so we'll just attack this round with Minwoo. I do really like the battle music in this game. It's not my favorite, but it's really good. We really need to work on fire, so let's try fire again. This time you attack and you cast sap on Guy. We wanted to get some more MP for Guy. We also want to get some more MP for Maria, but we want her to be casting fire too a few times first. This time defend. You cast fire again on the crew. Defend and sap on Maria. Maybe she'll get fire, as I say. Hopefully she'll cast fire first and then we'll get sap. We got lucky there. Alright, attack, defend, attack, attack. Alright, guys, protect one up. That's exactly what we wanted. Some level ups. So Maria's at 18 intellect, so we've gained 3 intellect since the beginning of the game. That's actually pretty good. We want to get her up as much intellect as possible throughout the game. See, Guy has not gained any spirit, which is we want a Guy to gain some spirit for sure. Yeah, he'll get there, I guess. All right, so yeah, we did gain some MP for both Maria and Guy, didn't we? That's what we wanted, at least. How much gil do we have? Ooh, we got 5,000 gil. Let's stay here. I still want to do some more MP grinding. Sap is pretty costly to use because you sap all the MP from the target and it makes the end cost more, but I think it's worth it to get more max MP. Max MP is pretty hard to get in the original game. Alright, well we have the sap spell here too. It's not particularly useful outside of using it with Minwoo to grind, but it's there. Alright, we want a life tome for sure. Now life has a double use in this game. Not only does it revive KO'd allies, and the stronger it gets, the more HP they come back with, but you can also use it against undead. You can use it against undead as an instant death spell. It's pretty useful that way. Of course, I can't remember. It like needs to be like level 3 to have any type of accuracy at all, if I remember correctly. But we'll level it up as we go. The warp spell is pretty much the same as teleport, but instead of warping you all the way out of the dungeon, it just warps you to the previous floor you were on. So it could be useful too. I don't know, should I buy it now? I know eventually we do want the warp tome, but something tells me we find one somewhere like we did the teleport. We'll save our money for now. Let's check out the armor. I think they might have a better shield for Furion, and we definitely want that. And we have enough money. Yeah, they do have a better shield for Furion, and we're gonna buy it. Thank you. It's actually pretty cheap. Bronze shield raises our evasion. That is the most important stat for Furion, is evasion. And oh yeah, we have the life tome. We want that to Guy to learn that. There we go. Did we stay at the inn already? Yes, we did. We're good to go. Go ahead and grind some more MP real quick, and then we'll go talk to Joseph. Okay. We can just cast life randomly on a target. It doesn't matter, just as long as you get some cast out of it. Let's go sap on guy. Maybe, he didn't get life off. I want him to cast life first. Maybe we should just attacked with Minwoo the first time around. Because I don't think that cast counts as a cast of life. Pretty sure it doesn't. Alright, well, we didn't get to cast the fire off either before we did that, but that's fine. So the more HP you lose, I'm pretty sure the higher chance you have of gaining HP, but it caps off at a certain amount. It's like, I think it might be 50%. So once you lose 50% of your life, once you lose 50% of your total max MP, I think that caps it off as the highest chance you can get. So after that, it's just, you're just losing life for losing life's sake. You're not raising your chance of actually gaining HP. Of course, I don't know exactly how it works in this game because it does seem they've changed a few of the mechanics of the game in this version. So I'm not exactly sure how that works. That's how it worked in the original. Maria got some MP. That's what we're looking for. Guy got some MP. Absolutely nice. Even Minwoo gained some MP. Don't really care about Minwoo's stat gains. He's not going to be with us much longer, so. Spoiler alert. So Maria's up to 91. She actually doesn't need much more MP for the entire game to really be good. A little over 100, I'm pretty sure, is plenty for Maria to last throughout the rest of the game. And same thing for Guy. I want his to go up quite a bit more. But he actually doesn't need as much MP as Maria does. But they both need a little more than they got. So let's go talk to Joseph first. And then we might do a little more MP grinding. You'd better get that mithril back to Altair. Princess Hilda is waiting for you. Oh, that's all he says? I thought he had more to say than that. Thanks for saving me. Yeah, I thought the two of them for some reason had a little more to say than that, but I guess not. They're just like, what are you still doing here? Thank you so much. We owe our freedom to you. So these are the people we saved. Our husbands are back safe and sound, and we have you to thank for it. Take the mithril to Altair and give it to the princess as soon as you can. I think that's pretty much what everybody says. Our husbands are back. Get back to Altair. What are you still doing here? There's no way to cross the snow on foot. You'll need a snowcraft. I've heard that Joseph keeps his snowcraft hidden on the first floor of the cavern at Summit Falls. I seem to remember him saying something about a wall near a blue stone or something like that. Aha! Hints for further on in the game. So yeah, there will be a time when we do need to come back and get Joseph to show us where his snowcraft is. So we kind of have to go back on foot, but not all the way back to Altair on foot. We can just go back to Poft, take a ship to Paloom, and then go to Altair that way. Much quicker that way. Let's just have you attack, and I'll have you cast Sap on you. Raise that max MP stat. Keep casting fire. So we are coming up to the next dungeon we'll be doing in the game. There are a lot of undead enemies, and they're weak to fire, which is something consistent with this game and other Final Fantasies. There's a tie in there. Also, like I said, the life spell is an insta-death to undead, so we'll be using the life spell as an insta-death spell coming up. Fire leveled up. Nice. Really don't need to level fire up too much before we get to the next dungeon because we'll be casting it plenty in the next dungeon. We'll keep leveling it up a little bit more though. If we even get it off, yeah. One enemy. Ah, Furion got some HP. Nice. So back at Poft, I don't think there's really anything to do here. We could, we go ahead to, use the inn. So now we've been using a lot more MP because of, the sap spell, sapping our MP from our targets to try to level up their max MP. We've done a good job at that. I want to get them both around 100 MP before we say goodbye to Minwu, so we might do a couple more grinding sessions just to get some more MP before we get back to Altair. But yeah, still costs just 32 gil for the ship. I think I'm pretty sure the whole game, the ferry here between Poft and Paloom only costs 32. Don't think that ever changes. Now, taking Sid's airship different places does have a variety of does have a pretty big variable of price differences. Yeah, there's nothing really to do in Paloom. We're just heading on our way back to Altair. And like I said, I do want to level up our MP a little bit more before we get there. We want to level up the life spell as well. So get a couple cast of it in. And yeah, even though the life spell misses, it still counts as a cast of it. I'm pretty sure it counts as a cast. We'll have to see after the battle if that's the case, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Let's do the sap. Oh, we go sap all. Let's do single target sap. I want to sap both of them too, not just Guy. So let's go ahead and sap Maria as well. Furion gets a point of agility. Awesome. That's a very important stat for Furion. MP for Maria. She's up over 100. Perfect. And Guy has got up to 91 MP now, which is very nice. He's almost up to 100 too. So that is very, very good. That is exactly what we want to see. Let's go rest at the inn again. Wait. That's an awful lot. Let's go ahead and use Minwu to cast Cure. It'd probably make the inn stay a little cheaper. Not much, but a little bit. Yeah, right now we're not getting that much gil from battles, so we're kind of using the gil we have to level up our MP, but it is well worth it. Well worth it. We still have like 3,000 gil, which is good. Because we're going to need to buy some mithril equipment here before too long. Oh yeah, I didn't look to see if the life spell casts count. I'm pretty sure they do. We'll look after this battle. I just gotta remember. Don't forget. You know what? We really don't need to cast fire much more. Having it at level 2, close to level 3, going into the next dungeon is gonna be good enough, I think. Cast Shell. You go ahead and cast Sap on Maria. Even though she's at over 100, which is where I want her, we can always get use a little more MP. And only need like one more rank up for Guy for MP. Like getting him around 100 is just will be plenty probably for the rest of the game. Defend, attack, Sap. Oh, actually, I meant to cast Protect, but oh well. So you see, this game, even in its least grindy form, is still a bit grindy. You gotta grind out spells. You gotta cast spells just to level them up. So you gotta cast them over and over and over again. More MP for Maria, more MP for Guy. Well, done. MP grinding finished. Don't need to do any more of that. They got plenty of MP now. Alright, let's head on back to Altair. Give that mithril to Princess Hilda. Let's just run away. I wish there was a button that just auto, instead of auto battle, just you could hit like auto flee, and it would just choose the flee command automatically for everybody. That'd be nice. There might be a button that does that. Who knows? Maybe I'm missing something. Go ahead and rest. Yeah, let's go talk to Hilda. Love the main theme of the game, too. This is, I guess you would consider this the main theme of the game? Or is this maybe just like the Rebels theme? I love it, though. It's so good. Uematsu is such a genius with music. The Empire also suffered heavy losses at the Battle of Fenn. They're building the Dreadnought in Bast to help compensate for those losses. Well, we want to learn that keyword. Anytime you see a red word, you want to learn it in this game. Let's ask her about the Dreadnought. The Empire is using the people of Bast to build the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought itself is a massive, heavily armored airship. We've already learned the word airship, but we can ask her about it. A man named Sid, the former captain of Finn's Order of the White Knights, built an airship. It's a ship that sails the skies. I'm not doing this in character, am I? I'm just reading it. It's a ship that sails the skies, but the airship captivated him, body and soul, and he soon left Finn. We are poorer for his absence. I'm told he now lives in Poth, granting travelers passage on his airship for a price. He then uses this money to make further renovations on his airship, or so the story goes. So yeah, she just tells us about... Please lose no time in bringing back the mithril. Okay, we actually just want to give her the mithril. We found the mithril! You found the mithril! Now we'll finally be able to fight the Empire on equal footing. Please take the mithril to Tobol, the town's blacksmith. I'm certain he'll be able to use it to make some magnificent weapons. And he will indeed. But yeah, we wanted to learn the keyword Dreadnought there. That's important for continuing the story of the game. And we want to talk to Tobol and give him the mithril. But can the old man make better weapons for us? Answer is yes. Find out this time. And we'll see you in the next one for some more Final Fantasy II Pixel Remaster. Adios, amigos.